why don't we start on our backs? You can bend your knees or have your legs straight, whatever is comfortable for you. You can rest your arms out away from your body with the palms up, or maybe rest your hands on your belly and your chest to guide the breath. Feeling the weight of your body on the ground and trying to release your weight. Relax your body. Let yourself be heavy. Maybe starting with the feet. Slowly moving your way up the body. Letting go of everything. Sinking down. Heavy and relaxed. And then start to deepen your breath. And you might imagine that your breath is filling your whole body from your feet to your head. And you can feel how the breath rises up away from the ground, expands out to the right and the left, inside your torso, and maybe also pushes your back a little bit deeper into the ground. Taking your time, inhaling and filling up all the space you can, and only stopping when there's no more room for any more breath. And then bring the right knee to the chest, having the left leg out straight with the left foot flexed and the right foot relaxed. And then when you inhale, see if you can feel how the lower belly might want to push away that right thigh. And then when you exhale and the belly collapses back in, maybe the thigh can come in too. Just letting that crease of the hip flexor soften and relax. And then bring the right arm inside the right leg. Wrap the hand around the bottom of the right foot and then lift that foot so that it lines up right over the knee as the knee moves down toward the ground. Keep reaching out long through the left foot and take the left arm overhead. And then move your body a little bit over to the left. So you'll pick up your head and just lift your torso a little bit to the left so that there's a bit of a curve. And then if you want, you can also move your left foot. I'm sorry, I'm saying left, but I mean right. Move your body a little bit to the right. And then move your left foot a little bit to the right. And just breathe deeply here. Good. And then move your left leg all the way over to the left side as far as it'll go without bending the leg. Feeling that extra stretch. You can bring your head back to center if you want. Big open breath. And then bring that left leg back to center, straight down from the hip. Send the left arm out to the side, out to the left side. And then straighten your right leg and have it out to the side as well. So better that the leg be high in the air but straight out to the side than low toward the ground but further away from you. We're working toward trying to get a right angle between the right leg and the torso. However high that means your leg is, doesn't matter. Turn your head to the left. Beautiful. And then we'll lift that right leg straight up in the air. Clasp your hands behind the back of your leg if you can. Point and flex the foot slowly. Maybe close the eyes and feel all the muscles and the sensations that this movement produces. Then bring the left hand to the outside of the left leg, or for those of you who can reach the big toe, to the big toe. Don't reach the big toe if it means straight bending the leg, only if you can do it while keeping the leg straight. And then we'll have the right arm out to the right side, and we'll move that right leg over to the left only as far as it'll go without lifting the right hip off the ground. And turn your head to the right. And then go ahead now and let that right leg come all the way down onto the ground on the left side. If you can keep the leg straight, that's good for the sciatic nerve. If you want to bend the knee and deepen the twist instead, that's fine. Keeping the head turned to the right. And then just let go of the left leg and let the left hip sink into the ground. Breathing all the way up to the right shoulder. And then we're going to roll back onto our backs, letting that right leg bend and bending the left knee, placing the right ankle above the left knee, and then clasp your hands behind the back of the left thigh. Flex both feet, please. Head down, chin pulls in, deep breath in, and then when you exhale, press the left foot toward the right foot. And try your best to relax and let go in your right leg, especially right hip. The more deeply you breathe, the more that relaxation response will happen naturally, but you can kind of encourage it by being aware if there's any resistance there and just trying to let that go. Release the clasp of your hands. We're going to lower the left foot down, but we're going to bring it out to the left and then lower the left knee down so that it's right in line with the hip. So you might lift your head and just take a peek to see that that left knee is coming straight down from the left hip bone. And if it's too intense for you to leave your right foot on top of your leg, you can release it onto the ground. And then we can bring that left arm back overhead again just to create that nice length on the left side. Good. And then we'll sideways flex the left foot. So you'll aim the outer edge of your left foot toward your right foot or your knee if the right foot's not there. And then just breathe. And then bring the right foot to the ground. Bring the left foot to the ground. Lift your hips, straighten out your spine. Straighten the right leg. Pull the left knee in. Right leg out on the ground with the foot flexed so that it feels like the left knee and the right heel are reaching away from each other. You might imagine that the breath fills into the distance between the two. Letting the exhale relax the belly down and perhaps invite that left leg to come in a little more. Keep the left foot relaxed. Deep, slow breath. And then bring the left arm inside the left leg. Wrap the hand around the bottom of the foot. Lift the foot so that it hovers over the knee as best as you can. And then as you exhale, drop the back of your left shoulder down. Let the weight of your hand be heavy on your leg, on your foot. And then lift your head and upper body and move it over to the left a little bit more. And then move the leg over to the left a little bit more as well. Right arm overhead. So there's a sickle shape to your body. And you can see if you can feel the breath moving through that right side. Beautiful. Now take the right foot and bring it as far out to the right as you can. You can leave your head and arm here, or you can bring it back to center. Reaching out to the right with the right leg. And then bring the leg center, bring the head and arm center if you haven't already, and actually we'll take the right arm out to the right side and take the left leg out to the left side. And again, we're not aiming so much for the ground, but to have the leg perpendicular to the body, as far down to the ground as it'll go, but don't sacrifice the leg being out to the side in favor of getting it closer to the ground. Turn your head to the right. And then bring the leg straight up in the air. Clasp your hands behind the back. Point and flex. Point and flex. Notice all the little muscles you use. Notice where you feel this, beyond the foot even. Notice if you're tensing any place that you might be able to relax instead. Good. And then rest the foot and bring the right hand to the outside of the leg or to the big toe if you can grab it without bending the knee. And then take the left arm out to the side and aim the left leg over to the right as far as it'll go without lifting the left hip off the ground. Turn your head left. And then let the leg come all the way down to the ground. You can keep the leg straight for a sciatic stretch, or you can bend the knee and bring the knee down to deepen the twist. You decide. And then you can relax the right leg and really let the right hip sink into the ground. See if you can breathe all the way up into the left shoulder and let the shoulder relax down. We'll roll back onto our back, letting that left leg bend. Right leg bends with the right foot on the floor. Left foot comes on top of the right knee. Hands clasped behind the back of the right leg. Lowering the head down, pull the chin in toward the throat, lengthening the back of the neck. Flex both feet. Breathe deeply. And when you exhale, press the right foot toward the left foot. Try your best not to resist. So as that right foot presses against that left knee, there might be a natural resistance, and just see if you can instead kind of surrender and let it be pushed. Release the clasp of your hands. We'll lower the right foot down, but bring it off to the right and drop the knee down to the ground so that the right knee is straight down from the right hip and the right foot is straight out from the right knee. And then again, that left foot on the knee is optional. And we'll take the right arm overhead once again. And then curl the outside edge of the right foot in toward the right knee or the left foot. Where does your breath seem to make more space or find space to move inside of? Is there any relationship between the breath and the stretch that you can feel? And then we'll take that left foot off the right knee if it was there. Bring the right foot onto the ground, both knees face up. Lift your hips, tuck under, lower back down. Hug the knees to the chest. Breathe down to your tailbone. Exhale all the air out. And then lift your head and tuck your chin and rock yourself on your spine all the way up to sitting without the feet touching down. Hands behind the backs of the legs. Lift up through the chest. Roll back and down through the shoulders. Try to relax your face and your neck. You can extend your arms forward if you want to work harder. You can take the arms up if you want to work harder still. You can straighten the legs if you want to work harder still. And then keep lifting your back ribs forward and up so you're not rounding like this, but really like a nice straight spine. And then try to smile. And lower the legs down. Lift the arms up. Drop the shoulders. Flex the feet. Press the thighs down. Get taller through the spine. And relax the arms down. Bring the right foot in to the top of the left thigh. Keep the left foot really flexed actively. Heel pressing out, toes pulling in. Inhale, arms reach up. Facing your left leg. Exhale, fold over, dropping the arms, dropping the head, dropping the elbows. And then press the back of the left thigh firmly down into the ground. And inhale and lengthen the spine even further. As you exhale, draw the lower belly in. Maintain that active downward press with the left leg and a nice long slow breath moving up and down your back. Letting yourself go hollow on the exhale. And inhale, roll yourself up, reach up. Exhale down. And then bring that right foot on the ground, level with the right sit bone so it's not in touching the left leg. There's a little space there. We'll keep the left hand on the ground behind us for a moment, and then inhale and reach the right arm up. And then bend slightly forward. Bend the right elbow around that leg. And then take the left arm behind you, reach back and try to clasp your right fingers with your left fingers. If you don't reach, then you can instead just keep your left hand on the ground and use the hand on the ground to kind of roll that left shoulder back. And if you are reaching, then the right hand can kind of pull the left hand to help open that left shoulder. And release, coming back around to the front. Straighten the right leg. Bring the left foot into the top of the right thigh. Flexing that right foot. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, try to stay long through your torso as you fold. Think about laying your belly toward your thigh, dropping the head. Then let the arms bend. Let the armpits drop down, the elbows relax. And then push down strongly through the back of the right leg, almost like you're trying to touch the crease at the back of the knee to the ground, and really lengthening out through the heel. And as you press the right leg down, you might find it a little easier to inhale and lengthen the spine. As you exhale, the lower belly scoops in and up. And let the upper body relax down. And see if you can feel that contrast between the right leg working really hard and everything else doing nothing, just breathing. Your next inhale takes you up, arms lift, enabling that nice deep breath. Exhaling down. And then the left foot comes to the floor with the knee bent and up toward the sky. The right hand will start on the ground behind you, may stay there, you'll see. Left arm comes up. Bring it inside the arm. Turn the palm to face left. Bend the elbow. And then see if that right hand can go behind you and find the left hand. And if it doesn't, you might want to just keep the right hand on the ground. And then by pushing into the ground, you can kind of affect that same opening across the shoulder and chest. Otherwise, you're pulling the right hand with the left hand and doing the same thing. Beautiful. Release. Come back around to the front. And just cross your ankles so that you can flip onto hands and knees. So we'll either come into a table pose and do cat and cow, or for those of you who like to do a more strenuous version of the spinal movement, the hands can be a little bit in front of the shoulders, and then you can either go between downward dog and upward dog, or you can add plank, exhale down, inhale up dog, exhale down dog. So it's either a 2-step or a 4-step, and it's either gentle or more vigorous as you like. If you're doing the 4-step, the breathing is inhaling into plank, exhaling, lowering, inhaling into upward dog, exhaling into downward dog. And then we'll all come into a table position. So knees down if you're in downward dog. Good. And then we'll step the right foot forward. Let the hips sink down. Weight is in the left hand. Bend the left leg and reach your right hand back for your left foot, pulling that heel toward the buttock. If you can't reach the foot, then you can grab your pants, or if you have a towel or a strap that you can wrap around. Sometimes it's helpful to reach the foot by coming as far back with your hips as you can, like almost to the point that that right leg is straight. It might be easy to take the foot in that position and then shift forward. We'll look over the right shoulder and really focus on dropping that left hip down toward the right foot while still pulling the heel in toward the buttock. Good. And then release the foot. Bring both hands down to the ground. Lift the back knee. Lift the body. Lift the arms up overhead and interlace your thumbs. Back heel is off the ground and the back foot is facing forward. And then you're dropping as low as you can and keeping that left leg straight. And really press back through the left heel and then press forward through your tailbone and pull your hands apart. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the ground. Step the right foot back into a plank or the knees down into a modified plank. And then we'll either come into cobra or upward dog. So if you're in plank and you want to do upward dog, just roll over onto the tops of your feet and keep everything else off the ground, and then pull your chest through past your arms. And if that's too hard for you and you bring your knees to the ground, then you also want to bring your pubic bone to the ground and come into cobra. Bring the back ribs forward, the shoulders back. Rod, can you pull your shoulders back even more? Yeah, nice. Beautiful. And then everybody bring the knees to the ground and press the hips back into mecha pose. Forehead down, hands push forward, hips come back. Feel the breath lengthening through the body, widening through the body, deepening inside the body. Beautiful. Come back up onto hands and knees and step the right foot up. Sorry, that's the one we did already. Step the left foot up. Good. And so you can start with dropping the hips, or if it's easier to keep your hips back in order to grab your foot first and then drop your hips, go ahead and do whatever you need to do. It's not uncommon to get cramps when you do this, but if you stay with it, the cramp will just work its way out. Good. And once you have your foot, you can let your hips really drop down and pull that left heel toward the left buttock and look over your left shoulder, rolling the shoulder away from your face. Breathing up into the chest. And release the foot, bring it down, curling the toes under. And then lift the knee, keeping the toes curled under and the heel off the ground. Lift your body back up. And then interlace your thumbs, but do it whichever way you feel less inclined to. Sorry, I didn't remind you to check which way you did it before. Just however you want to do it the other way. And then drop your hips. Push back into your right heel. And then really tuck your hips under you, aiming your tailbone forward toward that left knee. And then pull the hands apart. Nice, nice breath. See how calm you can feel here by breathing deep and slow. And then bring the hands to the ground again. And this time step the left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders down the back. Press forward through all 10 fingers, lengthening through the spine. Press the thighs back and press down through the heels, lengthening the backs of the legs. Let the head relax down. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Take hold of opposite elbows and let the weight of the elbows hang down toward the ground. Push down into your feet, pull up through your thighs, pull up through the creases at the tops of your thighs. Exhale, lift the belly in and up. And then aim your body over to the right and use your right hand to pull your left elbow. Sorry, your right hand pull your left elbow. And then take the body over to the left. Use your left hand to pull your right elbow. And come center. Keep your hands to your elbows. Lift your body and have it be parallel to the ground. And then if you want to work harder, straighten your arms and extend them forward. And then lift your torso all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale the arms down. Standing with the palms facing forward. The eyes closed if that feels okay. Sinking the feet, breathing deeply. Settling your mind on your breath. Open the arms out to the side. And bring the right arm under the left. Wrap the arms around, moving the backs of the hands toward each other, or if possible, the palms. Bend the knees like you're sitting in an imaginary chair. Sink weight into your left foot and take a moment, we're not in a hurry, take a moment and feel the weight of your body really settling into that left foot. And then gaze past your hands to a spot in front of you. Lift your right leg, cross it over your left leg. If you're able to hook the foot behind, go ahead and do that. Maybe sit down even deeper in your imaginary chair and then lift the elbows even higher. Let your eyes stay fixed and then use your hands to help create balance. So if you start to feel like you're teetering and falling left, press a little bit more right and just compensate with your hand pressure. Deep breath. The more you focus on your breath, the quieter your mind, the less fluctuations in the mind, the less fluctuations in the body. And release. Just stand for a moment in stillness and quiet and breath. Send the arms out to the side. Inhale. Bring the left arm under the right, backs of the hands or palms together. Bend the knees and feel all the weight landing in that right foot. Opening the eyes and finding one spot to fix your gaze on. Letting your attention rest in the feeling of the breath. When you're ready, the left leg crosses over the right. Maybe the foot hooks behind. Maybe you need to readjust your gaze point. Lift the elbows. Drop the tailbone. And release. And shake the body out. Set the feet a little wider apart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips, bring the hands together and the thumbs to the sternum. If you're not able to be on your heels here, then take your feet wider. And you can take the fists together or hand to fist to push those thighs open even more if that would work for you. And then pull the belly up and in. And release, bringing hands to the ground, buttocks to the ground, feet in front of you. We're going to lower slowly, working those abs. The arms can be here, level 1, here, level 2, here, level 3, or if you don't want to do any of that, just come right onto your back. See if you're holding your breath. It's very common when one is working with one's abs to hold the breath, so just be aware and breathe. And once you have made it all the way to the ground, you can bend your knees and lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, and then release the legs and shake them out. So for those of you who need to leave at 1, I will let you know when it's 1. And for the rest of us, we'll just go a little bit later. So eye pillow on the eyes if you have one. Arms resting out to the side. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the body into the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, slightly parting the lips, mouth relaxed. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind, bringing your full mental focus to the feel of your breath. And let the breath completely occupy your mind, leaving no room for thought. And we can let the breath relax and still pay attention to the breath. Just letting the breath flow as however it will. Just feeling the breath happen. Letting the breath happen. Relaxing with the breath. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. So in a minute I'll ring the bell once to signify 1 o'clock, and then later I will ring it 3 times to signify the end of Shavasana for those who can stay. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, bring the feet together, the hands together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto your side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your awareness in the feel of your body, the feel of your breath, the feel of your heart, the feel of this moment. What's here right now? And then slowly make your way up to sitting, letting your head come up last, sitting however you're comfortable. Sinking the sit bones down, lifting the crown of the head tall. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.